Welcome once again to GURPS Illuminati. It is Wednesday, January 16th, 1985, when last we left our intrepid group of investigators. They were in a non-Euclidean space on the 41st floor of, why am I drawing a blank on the name of that building? Miss Notes.
First Interstate Tower.
Yes, First Interstate Tower. Thank you. And room 13 on said floor. Ross Thibodeau is afraid of the number 13. His triskaidekaphobia has gotten the better of him, and he has not made entrance into the rooms. This non-Euclidean space you found has at least, a 50-foot length, give or take, you would expect, just looking at it. Off on one side, to the right as you entered, is a strip of yellow paint. Wait a minute, it was actually on your left that the strip of yellow paint was. So I have everything set up backwards there as far as because the room was on the far side.
We just got hit by a portal gun.
Right? Okay. As you came into the room, on your left-hand side was a yellow strip of paint, all the way from one end to the other. On the right-hand side was a large number of stasis chambers, it looks like, filled with mucousy liquid. In that,
And
the Henrys were gestating, as explained by Phil. Yes, test tube lizards, indeed. Phil is standing right here. Let's see, for reference, we have, yes, wow. Trevor, Gwendolyn, Thomas,
I'll wait until you're done.
Yeah, thank you. We got Thomas. This is Detective Spencer. This one is Terry. And this one is JJ. Joshua.
I believe last time Terry and I were next to each other because we were trying to stick close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I put her behind me when we were.
There. Because you were up next to the desk and had snatched up candy off of the desk.
That's right.
okay. I just wanted to make sure we were.
Yeah, and the placement on this, if people want to adjust slightly in order to set up the momentum appropriately for how you pictured yourself when you were in this long chamber, you all had advanced to the end so that you could, one, see the computer and talk to Phil.
where is the computer, the reel-to-reel? They were all back over here?
Yeah, it was all on the other side of the yellow
Okay.
line.
Okay.
You guys hadn't noticed anything else in the way of the mechanicals. I'll go ahead and put it right there. Phil would have wanted that. We'll leave that there. Phil would have wanted that reasonably close by. Okay, you had a question or a statement?
No, that was the thing, was
Okay.
pointing out.
Does
Terry's
anybody want to
placement.
adjust where their character placement is above and beyond where you're at right now? Okay. Phil, while standing and talking to all of you, gave you some particularly troubling news and told you to expect trouble. It's at this moment that the entire back wall becomes a large black and white TV screen. Yes, directly behind. In it, you can see the huge face, of Donald Trump in black and white.
Is it just like his face, or is like the whole background with him and it's just
the background is fuzzy. You can't make out what's going on behind him. It looks like there might be a backdrop. And it's all in black and white, and you can see plainly, because it's so huge, 3 dots on his forehead. They stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay.
Philippi, Mr. Mercer, Mr. Mercier. I long suspected that you were playing both sides against the middle. I suspected it even when others didn't. I'm really working on getting the affectation right for this guy because, well, he's bigger than life. You, sir, you. I now have all the proof I need. Goodbye, Philippi. At which point he then changes the tone of his voice. Ia, Cthulhu Fatagan! And Phil's head explodes.
Oh!
And he bursts into flame. When he has his head explode, parts go all over, including towards that yellow paint line. And those of you who are looking at it, the general area from the back, see that paint line when parts of his head hit, reverberate and have shocks of electricity run up.
Like there's a force field?
Like there's a force field, an electrified force field is the impression that you get.
Well,
Good thing we haven't crossed over the line.
yeah.
Well, does the TV shut off at this point?
No, it doesn't immediately shut off. You all have learned entirely too much. You know to some degree what we as this small organization, like-minded individuals are doing. You don't know why, and I was afraid if Philippi were around too much longer, he would give you even more information. He would give you a better explanation of what was going on. And we just can't have that now, can we? I imagine that should you survive this, well, one of the other factions might take you into their wings. But in the meantime, I wish you all a fond, good day and a good death to all of you. And then the screen goes black. At which point, the floor goes transparent, and you can see that you are suspended 41 stories high. I need an IQ roll, will roll from you.
I'm going to run to his body and check for his body. Loot the body, hell yeah.
Loot the body!
Do we all need to make an IQ? Or
No,
just-
I have a fear.
She has fear of heights.
Did he blank off the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, screen's off.
Troy goes, God, I hope that guy's never president. Jesus.
What was it? Roll it again.
It's a will
IQ.
roll. So
Roll
IQ.
under your IQ.
And if it's anything,
I
if
made
your
it by
IQ's
2.
if your IQ is over 14, it has to be 14 or less.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I got a 12.
Okay. All right. So you're going.
I will just say Gwen immediately grabs hold of Terry's arm and is like, no!
You can see way down there. There are people milling about in the street. The rain is starting to fall outside.
So we're
Hanging on.
okay. I know it's non-Euclidean, so the room's larger than it is.
Right?
So we are outside
The actual building.
looking down onto the traffic. That is.
So can we see like the edge of the building? Too?
Yes. You can see that the edge of the building is effectively where that door on the other side. Oh, speaking of that door, a large rolling metal garage store style slams shut in front of the door.
I left my blue torch at home.
Yeah, Gwen's just clinging to Terry's arm now. She's just, nope.
Do we need to make like a fright check or anything?
Actually, considering, go ahead and do a full fright check for everyone because that does make sense. Considering floor just fell out from under you.
Someone's
There
head
is-
exploded.
Yeah.
Somebody's head exploded.
Complications.
IQ?
IQ, yeah.
I failed.
You could have kept that roll.
Okay. Okay.
I made it.
Fright
I
check.
just keep that roll.
How much did you fail by?
2.
Okay, that's important. roll 3d6 again for the failure and add the 2.
5, 6, 8. So
8.
10.
A 10. That's not going to be a horrible one.
Terry, you didn't fail, right?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
That would be bad if you didn't fail.
Because I succeeded in controlling my fears and you're.
No, Terry, good.
Okay.
Look, we're so fucking high. How can you not be afraid of this?
Right.
Look,
So yeah, I'm gonna, since Terry was a helicopter gunner, he's used to heights.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And he's seen enough crazy
I would
shit
say
lately.
you should have like combat.
Whoa, Terry, how long's it been since you've been this high?
10 minutes? No.
I was
Okay.
down there on the street.
The elevator
Pretty good
right
stuff.
up, man.
Roll a die, single die.
2.
Okay, you're stunned for 2 turns.
Okay.
After that, roll versus your will in order to snap out of it. And if you fail, you're still stunned
Stunned.
every turn thereafter.
Okay.
So right now, you're too freaked out to do anything. So that's altogether horrible. On the plus side, since you're stunned, I'm not going to rule that you're running in fear from it to the only ledge that you see, which is on the other side of the electrified force field.
Makes sense to me.
And this portion over here, you can see the red paint hovering over, so everything underneath. You still see the red paint, but
It's just
it's
all
all
gone
gone clear below and on the other side of that.
Okay.
Now, I didn't have my 3D printer up and going, otherwise I would have printed and painted off more of the
Henrys.
Henrys.
So
The
we're
little
fighting-
naked boy Henrys.
Oh my God, we're fighting what elementals?
No, those were shades last time.
Shadows.
Shadows.
Yeah.
And the Tin Man.
All right. So you're not running over to check just yet. And they have the initiative. The fronts of all of the chambers open up, and immediately out steps
Where does
Henry.
the goo go?
Yeah, what happened to the
as it hits-
question I had.
As it hits the ground, it evaporates.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool though.
I was gonna have
That's
a
cool,
nice
though.
glass of Lizard light beer.
Turning gay.
Turning the Terry's gay.
Don't call it training fluid for nothing.
All right. As they step out, none of them are clothed, but you see each of them when they step out of those cryo chambers. There is a box at the very front of the chambers that they push a button and it ejects, and every single one of them pulls out one of those vibrating sticks. Yeah, we're going for
Round 2.
round 3, I think.
Yeah.
But this is the first time anybody's put together the idea. Hey, dildo or vibrator.
Massager.
Just
Massager.
a naked, probably.
Yeah.
It is a bunch of naked Henrys.
Naked Henrys. They grab, and every single one of them intones the word "Shrek," and they start going fuzzy and vibrating so that it's difficult to see them. And now we are at Chris, your highest up on the initiative.
I guess I'm shooting the closest one.
Whoa.
Number
Behind
3.
or in front?
Say number 3.
Okay, that's going to be a movement of 2 to turn and aim at the guy if you're doing a full body turn. So, using a Weaver stance and BAM! Go ahead and make your attack roll.
And just a 3d6, right?
3d6.
Roll.
Roll under your gun skill.
Ooh, those dice are being nice to you. What's it?
I made it by 3.
Made it by 3. Okay, he did not dodge. I just rolled a critical failure, even though he's got bonuses. All right, go ahead and roll your damage.
It's on the back.
It's been too long since I've done this.
Yeah, it's been a month since we played. And
So we
Which gun are you
shot anything,
shooting with?
really.
yeah, true. It's been like
Quite a
3,
while since we shot.
Yeah, 8.
That's not fun.
8. I think there was one more fight after that.
There was a fight that the 3 of us had with Ed Henry.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So you did 8 points of damage to him.
Because
I may as well put an actual corpse body down.
So, when Phil's head hit the force field thing, did it bounce off or disintegrate?
Sorry. When the splatter hit, it was electrified, and then it dropped down. So it was just a little bit
so
of
it's kind of like hit
and then drop.
slid down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have another question pertaining to what he did. The spatter, did that also catch on fire, or is it just the
Just
body?
the body itself caught on
Okay.
fire. The splatter did not catch fire.
I
Just
wanted
the
to make
meat.
sure
Yes,
because
good.
I wasn't sure if splatter had gone on the 3 of us right
Oh yeah,
next to it.
splatter's all over the but none of that has lit on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you understand why I was.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely understood.
Are we stop, drop, and rolling on a glass of 41 stories up?
Whee! That would be awful tricky. Gwen,
I think I'd enjoy that.
you're up. Oh, wait a second. You had your gun out initially.
I
don't-
thought I had it out when I walked in. I just don't know.
I was
You-
thinking
you-
she did when we started walking.
Yeah, but then she ended up taking notes while she was up there, so she would have had to put the weapon away at least temporarily.
I walk in,
How do you find
guns
this
drawn.
Oh. Oh. Hold on.
Right? Oh,
You just gotta like hold it in your
Oh.
pinky over here and just kind of.
That's not what you said.
And out of front.
Yeah.
But it's her thinking face.
What?
But it's her thinking face.
Throw your notepad out.
You can draw your gun.
Yeah. I'm
You got a
gonna.
notepad?
I'm so glad. I'm the
I'm
only one
gonna
who thought.
go-
I was like,
So my character is averting her eyes from the ground. She's going towards the desk while pulling her gun back out from hers.
Okay. Slow draw. And walking towards. Are you going on this side of him, closer to the Henrys, or are you going around him? Because that's going to put you really close to.
I'm
Touching-
not risking the electric field,
All right.
so.
All right, that gets you over to the file cabinet
Okay.
that's right next to the desk. And you're pulling the gun out while you're doing that.
Yes.
Okay, and then you'd be able to put the purse down on that unless you're just wanting to have it strapped over you. Because it is, purse. It has.
I just assumed I
Do
was
it,
keeping
having
the
it
purse
at
and
an
just
eye.
was reaching in and
Okay, just making sure that we have the visual right.
yes.
All right, you've got your gun drawn. You're ready for the next round. Let's see. Ross would have been next, but of course he's not here. Thomas.
Okay. I'm going to look at the closest Henry, and as I'm walking towards the desk, I'm going to say, do you know Enoch by any chance?
Walking towards the desk, so you're walking. That's him.
No.
This
Like
is
I'm
him.
The furthest one out.
He's yeah. So, Attorney, wait a minute.
Wait.
No, I'm
That's, see, that's,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
That's
There we
right.
go.
That's
Okay.
where I was confused
Okay.
because I was
That,
like,
okay,
I had
good.
said
That
I was
was you.
next to.
Okay. Yep. When I was switching them over,
Sound good.
got jumbled. Speaking of, well, that's just silly. All right.
Zooming in.
Yeah, a little bit. All right. So heading towards the desk, getting away from the Henrys, and saying, "Do you know Enoch?" 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. That would be all of your movement for the one round. Do you know Enoch? You're saying that to the nearest one as you're walking away from him?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Any response?
He has a puzzled look on his face. That's about the size of
Not
it.
land velocity.
Okay, and after Thomas would be Terry. What's your initiative speed?
Mine?
Yes.
Would probably be, what is it? Strength plus dexterity, or strength plus, no, it's dex plus health is 10,
Dex
divided
plus-
by 4.
Dex plus health divided by 4, yeah.
So 25, just 5.
5. Okay.
Oh,
What?
well, mine's at 5, 2.
0.25.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of us that had the same
Ah.
speed,
Yes.
so we rolled dice to see who was
Right.
gonna
Right.
get it.
Okay. So that would put you, this is going to be the first round that you were
Out of position.
stunned. So then, yes, we are then at Terry, and then we will be at JJ. Bless you.
Thank you. Can you pass me a Kleenex?
Go long.
Thank you.
Other than shimmering up and
Obviously,
the
they're
sticks,
prepping for combat because they have batons, and that the batons give them that vibrational defense. Because when you're targeting them with missile weapons, it's harder to zero in on the appropriate targets for them.
Go in close and stab.
So is the baton what gives them the like their kind of phasing?
Yeah, it's a magic baton.
That's what she said.
Dale's,
Not there.
Daryl's character has one. And knows how to activate it.
okay.
Yes.
How far can I move?
Okay, it's your speed is the total number of spaces, but any changing of face on the hex is also one movement. If you do a full about face, it takes half of your movement if all you're doing is
I'm gonna have to kind of come back.
So I'm facing that way.
yeah, because you were talking to Phil.
You were talking to what used to be the floor.
One,
Filing cabinet.
Now you got a bunch
Yeah,
of
you'd
fill
be
all
able
over
to get
your
up next
legs.
to her.
3,
Holes is holes.
4,
Holes is holes,
And
buddy.
then rotating your would put you at 5 if you're getting in line so that you can fire on.
either that one or that's
Oh, shoot.
one of those two would be pretty decent.
Yeah, so I can move in and shoot, right?
Yes, so long as all you're doing is walking. If you did running, you can go farther. Walking would be that and then fire.
What's the penalty if I run into something?
Oh, just ridiculous.
Okay.
Just regular walking and firing, you still have a penalty of -2, I believe it was. Running and shooting, I think, is actually considered impossible. Okay. If you're shooting at someone who's running, they're at a -3. Okay. Pop up, rolling, shooting, bind, target's elevation, target position.
Yeah, but don't worry about it. I'll just take the -2, you said?
Yeah, -2.
Okay, and then I'm at a -4 since I'm shooting a pistol and I have rifles. So -6 to a 14, so I gotta get 8. I have guns,
Uh-huh.
rifle. I
Okay.
have a pistol, so
And that's -2.
the unfamiliar. It says
Was it -4?
you want to grab it -4.
Oh.
It said if it's like a 22 to a 38,
Okay.
that's the -2. If you're going from a rifle to a pistol, pistol to a rifle, it's a -4.
I was going a little bit more a cinematic. I was applying it so that all handguns are equivalent, and that if you go to a rifle or a shotgun, that's -2 instead of -4.
I'm
so
not going to argue with you.
Yeah, I'm giving you a +2.
Alright,
So you're at a
I need
-4 total.
So, I need a 10. I'm going to shoot that Henry.
This one over here.
Yes.
Okay.
Smack him with the bang stick.
Maybe need some shoes.
Okay.
Come on!
Mama needs
Low! Low!
Reroll.
Re-roll.
How
Oh,
bad
yeah.
was it?
Yeah, it was bad.
That is a miss with the first one. I have a rate of fire of 3.
Yep.
So, I was at 10.
Yep.
Another -2. I'm going to take it to 8
Yep.
for my second shot.
Nope.
Nope.
Another -2. I'm at a 6.
Yep.
Do you need different
Are
dice?
you again with a bouncer roll or something?
No.
Blam, blam, blam.
So, but question: does it do anything to the container? Does it explode in 1980 cinematic fashion behind him?
Let's see.
It could. You're looking right at it. It can explode. Yeah, you're walking away from
Yeah,
it.
as you're missing him, hitting it, the bullets, when they hit, they are shattering the glass. It is not, shooting off sparks of electricity from the mechanism. However, you are noticing that any of the glass that goes in fades away. It
Oh.
disappears.
I was going for it falling his feet since he's naked.
Yeah, well, the blast is going to push most of the glass inside. Some of it is going to shatter outward, but everything that went inside the thing, it vibrates away into nothingness.
So the
Okay.
part that comes out,
I think I know what I'm going to do next turn then.
I'm sorry?
so you said some of the glass came back out.
The glass on the sides would have shattered outward
By any
from.
chance did that shrapnel the Henry?
Gonna say no on that one.
Okay.
I did make a roll to see whether or not there was going to be anything, and it wasn't good enough to hit him. All right.
Made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Made plenty of noise. Now we're at you, JJ.
I'm going to move my character. So he turns around and is facing everybody. Look at you. And then I'm going to use my mental shout forward of me.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that that's gonna get 2 of them.
Okay. Not the whole.
Okay.
It says I can do like a. Everybody that's in my range.
Oh, it's a radius one.
Well, it's a so. Hang on.
Yeah, let's double check that one.
Tell them what page it is.
168.
Does it say
It
like
says everyone within the range of the shout must roll versus health.
Oh
That's
goodness,
everybody.
that's everybody. That includes
Us too.
the other players.
Crap.
It also says the shout may be aimed at one area. So does that? So
Yeah.
that
It's like
in
focus.
front of me, or I'm curious.
So
Okay.
him doing that pivot,
hey,
if he
don't
were to
do my
take
mom.
one step back, would it get all the others that are in front of him without including us?
Okay, you was
168.
the shout. The shout.
And it's like dead middle of the page.
Okay, is this the tele-receive shout?
Tell us send.
Tele-set? Oh, there. Okay, the shout.
If not, I'd like to retcon my movement.
Understand, yeah. Okay, it will affect everyone within the size range. A lesser range can be specified if the size shouts less loudly. Everyone within range of the shout must roll versus health. A failed roll results in a mental stun. So high health helps you to avoid stun. High IQ helps you to recover quickly.
Show him back into the chamber. See what happens.
One area.
Yeah.
Okay, the shout may also be aimed at one area, seen through the side's own eyes or another's, or at one single person, seen through the eyes of those of another with whom the side has made contact through. Okay, so in order to get everybody that's in eyesight, you have to have a good view of all of them. The view, I would say, would get you down to here then, using your peripheral, so you're going to hit You're gonna hit 5 of them.
Then, as
Does
I
that
was,
include the pink
I'd
guy?
like to turn my guy.
Go there and try to. Okay, yeah. That understanding definitely changes the way it works. I'm gonna say that that's going to allow you to get all 9 of them.
Obviously.
Yeah, all 9 of them are going to be affected by it. So they all have to make a health roll. Did it say?
It just says everyone within range of the shout must roll versus health.
Yeah, and
No,
there's no skill roll made for him, which that's fun. Okay.
What do you shout? Is it command or is it?
No, it's just ah!
Yeah, but
Profanities.
only like hurting your brain, not with
No,
yours.
no.
Yeah.
Profanities.
All right, so we're gonna go with the guy closest to you.
A really bad your mama joke.
No mama jokes were all in right at this point.
Right?
They were.
Your mama's so dumb. She took the Pepsi challenge and she chose Jeff.
My mama so stupid. She took 2 double A batteries, shoved them in the butt, and said, "I'm superpowered."
Wow. Okay.
I don't know if it might pick that up.
I don't like stupid. That's fine.
Your mama's so fat when she sits around the house, she sits around the house.
One's down.
I'm so
It's
fat,
just
Dora
a
the
stun.
Explorer needed
It
a new
doesn't,
map.
it doesn't actually kill them or
He's
anything.
incapacitated. So
Yeah, he's stunned for 1 round.
still works.
You should yell at him and go, how do you like that?
Yep.
For silver.
Could just sing bad country music.
Was
That would be all of it. Oh,
Was
here.
this around the time the Garbage Pail Kids were out, or is
Yeah.
that in the 90s?
They came out late 85, early 86.
I couldn't remember.
Disturbing movie they made of that.
I didn't know they made a movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I never saw the movie.
Midgets in costume.
It's in
Okay.
costume.
Testing Mr. Fox instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never saw the movie. All right, so you were able to stun
Stocking stuffers for the kids.
4
yeah.
of them.
Okay.
4 out of
Is
9
that-
is not bad.
Is that my entire turn?
Yes, because it is 1 second's worth of time. Let's see, that brings us back around to
And
them.
then you have the competitor mat balls.
I remember those.
I had like 3 mad balls. Yes,
They were like
with the stands.
about baseball size, weren't they?
A little bit larger than baseball sizes, almost softball
Those
size.
are the ones that had the weird faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a-
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There was one that was just an eyeball. There was a mummy head. There was the green one that had the like mucus coming out of its mouth and odd shaped eyes. I had all 3 of those with their little stands. And the stand for the mummy one is just a small mummy body. It made it look almost like the Pop Funkos, oversized head, small body.
But did you guys have silly bands? I mean,
Wow.
my generation's the only one to get rubber bands banned from school. That's all I'm saying.
We did get in the band.
Mm-hmm.
I think our big thing was we made pencils into weapons. Yeah.
And the clips.
Oh,
Oh, we did that with paper.
And
We
we
made
did it.
little. We used the silly bands to fling paper at each other, and we had it like pointed. And
We used to do that with clips.
the boys would make them wet, and then they mold it so that it would be extra.
Anyway.
One thing we used to do was thumbtacks. We'd make a paper cone, and we would put a thumbtack at the end of it, and you could throw them, and they would stick into the ceiling. That was fun. Those are fun times.
Wow.
Good points. That was kind of unique.
I had one stuck in my leg one time. That's cool.
So I like how we're talking about how destructive we all were as kids.
No idea.
Yeah.
In their defense, there wasn't a whole lot else to do besides be destructive.
They had destruction and smoking pot in the bathroom. That's all they had.
Smoking ain't allowed.
And we had these down the toilets.
Now we just vape in the bathrooms.
It was smoking pot.
Molly Crue song, Vaping in the Bathroom.
Gross.
Okay, game on.
Yeah. I'm picturing guys with septum piercings. Thank you for that Lord of the Rings parody, by the way. That was
I like that. I saw that. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
That was funny.
As she said, game on.
Okay.
All right, we have their actions now.
Here we go.
No. Go away from me right now. I'm trying to figure out something.
Okay, he swings his baton at you. You can give me a dodge roll.
You got this. You got this,
I
JJ.
don't know.
Come on, you'll surprise yourself.
And this is I'm rolling against Dex, right?
No, you're rolling against your dodge score. Your dodge score is whatever your speed is, effectively.
It's,
So
oh,
you
you
got
have it written down?
Okay.
What's your health and what's your dex?
He's
Do you have
got
move
a
speed
5.
written?
Or no,
No,
actually.
he has a movement speed of 5.
It's
listed.
mine's
Okay.
equal to my move speed.
4.75 is his.
Okay.
Oh, you round down for that. So you need a 3 or a 4.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not gonna believe this, dude.
You got a 3? You got a 4. You dodge.
Damn! You got energy.
Rock on!
I was actually surprised Henry left.
I'm the one who's supposed to be hydrating, not you. All right, that one.
Must be using stormtrooper batons.
No, go away, go away.
You're on the other side of the room. You just
No, it's coming towards me
You're
and.
fine.
And Thomas, he's swinging on you.
Sorry, I'm not a swinger.
Well, roll your dice in order to avoid the come on. Yeah.
The come on and penetration from the vibrating stick.
So, come on, chameleon? Oh, yeah, that's not.
I think that's considered bestiality.
That's good.
What?
Oh, you're dodging? Oh, you're dodging.
Yeah, he's dodging.
Yeah, yeah.
I failed.
Okay.
The green is an automatic. Is a bribe. We can use the bribe.
The bride.
Well, I can do that.
Can I bribe you to win?
The bride is to adjust your placement in initiative order.
Oh, okay.
So you can go in front of these guys when it gets around to their initiative instead of going in your usual spot.
If I'm still conscious.
Okay. He didn't hit you hard. You're taking 2 points of damage.
Question before we get too much farther into the thing once he's done with that. So I'm not interrupting.
You're good.
Did you decide what the bronze would be if we don't use that as inspiration for this time?
I did not.
Reroll. Automatic success.
Double action.
Double action.
You know what? I will allow, since you are using forethought with the bronze, that's going to be a bonus of +4 to 1 dodge roll.
+4 to dodge.
How many doors? Did you say 2?
So if you use a bronze to dodge, you get a +4.
Okay.
But you only get it for however many tokens you got.
I can do that. That's a good one.
Okay. So, Jake, what's Thomas's health overall?
10?
Okay, so you're at 8 health left, effectively.
Yep.
You're still going to roll against the 10 if you have any health rolls that are necessary. It doesn't affect your overall health score. It just is the number of hits you take.
Okay.
At negative equal to your health, you are officially dead. At 0, you're unconscious. At negative 2 times your health, you are dismembered. At negative, I think it was 4 times, you're disintegrated. You're pulverized.
Okay.
Because in this game, there is that potential. Yes. All right. Let's see. We got that one, that one. This one over here. I turned him face down. He started bleeding from his nose from the shower. He had a critical failure.
Your work is finished.
Sick shit up, bro.
That's your character, I believe.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Tears for Fears shout comes to mind.
Does he not need a dodge?
No, he does not.
They just woke up. Still a little groggy.
Yeah, this is
So groggy.
They've been in
So-
stasis for who knows how long.
Grumpy lizards.
I don't know why, like grumpy lizards made me. That made me chuckle. Grumpy lizards.
Or standing back up.
Who's
Standing
that
back up.
neat little Quandit?
And him back up.
He's angry, he's angry.
What was that? Okay, this one was done so bad it didn't affect him an additional round and he had blood coming out of his nose. The rest of them, once I put them back standing up to indicate that they're able to maneuver on the next round. That's all of the movements and attacks out of them. That brings us back around to Chris.
I'm shooting the one that's on me.
Okay.
Any bonus for being point blank? They're literally.
He's like in my face.
I think he shot him the first time, didn't he?
He did. That's part of why he had.
Makes sense.
He was at a penalty to his attack roll equal to the amount of damage that he took. So there was. I needed a 3 or 4 to hit him
Are
without.
they allergic to lead by any chance?
No more so than anybody else.
Most people are pretty allergic to blood, though.
Right? Okay.
Usually when it enters and exits that fast, kind of.
Speed lead.
Okay. Okay, at this range, you're going to get a +4 to your attack roll.
Cool. I can't.
Don't say you can't, because you can still roll a 17 or an 18. Those are always a failure.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I rolled a 9. So,
Okay.
damage time.
Let me see if he dodges. Nope, he doesn't dodge. Go ahead and roll your damage.
+2. That's not.
5. I did 5 points of damage.
Just remember, how do you eat an elephant? One
Now
bite
back
at a
up
time.
because he's gonna explode.
He didn't explode yet, but he does drop, and he's definitely unconscious. That brings us then to Gwen. You've got your gun out. You're in position.
So, okay, I'm coming over. Give me your bubbles.
You could move over, shoot that one. Move over and shoot any of those, or just kind of face and just.
Only we had it for one.
So, my thinking was I was going to search the desk area to see if he had an escape hatch area that we could get out of here from.
Okay.
Smart enough about this. We
Not a
can
bad
use
thought
one
to
to catch on fire and
escape
catch the rest of them on fire.
Okay.
So,
We could have a Henry Molotov.
Considering it is a combat situation.
I know, that's part of why I wasn't sure how to go about it.
Okay.
I just was making sure there wasn't a Henry, like, that could be right on.
Okay. In order to take the full time in order to search a desk, you're looking at minutes as opposed to seconds.
Okay.
So if you're just frantically looking for anything that's obvious that might be effectively, here's a red button. What does this do? Are you sure you really want to do that? Just
I don't
Always
know
push
about
the big red
necessarily press the buttons I find.
But possibly
But-
caress it.
No, but get a layout of, okay, what all is potential before touching anything.
okay. Give me an IQ roll. But you're distracted, so -2.
I see nothing.
What did you roll?
2 6s and a 5.
Okay.
I see nothing.
Critical failure on searching.
Wait, reroll.
Okay.
Those dice were mean.
I mean, it's just searching, so I mean, I don't know what.
Because with a critical failure, I could say, "Oh, you found something. A trap door.
And
Bye."
hit
Hit a button in your magic.
Hey, that's better. 6, 7, 8, 2, an IQ of 14.
Okay.
That is better.
Okay. Searching the area, you don't see anything that immediately identifies itself to you as an escape hatch or anything like that. You do think that you have found what looks like a Atlantean password jotted out. So if there's controls on the computer, you might be able to sign into the computer.
Okay. That works for me. That's better than whatever potentially would have happened.
Right? Okay. That brings us to
Because I did need another.
Ross, who isn't here. Then we had Thomas.
Okay. How close am I to the desk?
Square away.
Okay.
Well, no,
So 3
that's
feet.
Terry that's right next to me, right?
Yeah, this is.
No, that is, yeah, that's Terry. And this, so yeah, you're approximately 3-4 feet at most.
Didn't we earlier determine that the phone that's on the desk is like a hotline?
Yes.
Well, there were two phones. One was a hotline, wasn't it?
No, he just had a. Wait.
Yep.
You did have 2.
Yeah, he did have the 2 phones. He had a hotline and he had
I'm
a
gonna
key.
grab-
Because we had the conversation about a keyed phone, and I was like, why does it need a key? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna grab the hotline phone.
Okay. So stepping over and grabbing the hotline.
1, 2,
Picking up the hotline.
3.
3. Okay.
Wait for the light to go live.
Okay. It's that you're doing that over the course of a second, and that's all your action. It does not immediately provide any tone above and beyond what looks like a dial tone. So it's dialing. It is sending to a phone somewhere. All right. Then we had, after Thomas was you, and that's your second round. So on your next round, we'll have you roll to see whether or not you can actually act,
Stunned.
or if you're still stunned.
Stunned him.
And then that brings us to JJ.
Can I make an occultism roll to see if I know the word for stop in related?
In what?
The Cthulhu language. I don't remember what it's.
Relaying.
Oh, relaying. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you said something with a V and it was throwing me off. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any language skills above and beyond?
No.
Okay.
I just have.
Okay, just looking for anything that might give you a bonus. All right, give me an occultism roll. This is very ultra specific. -4.
Okay.
Remember your reroll.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that re-roll.
Okay.
How bad was it?
I was just 2 over. But that one is plenty good. It's for 8 to a 14.
All right. I take it you're shouting this.
Correct.
Are you shouting it normally, or are you shouting it using shout?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll use the shout again.
So that
He's
all
just,
of
and
them.
it's all
all of
right
them,
there,
yeah.
yeah.
All right. So all of them are going to hear stop effectively.
Right.
All right.
If they know it.
Are you going with? Are you going with the regular shout as well to see about stunning them again?
Could I take a step back so that this furthest one is now in my field of view?
Backing up, backing away, and now. All right, because of all the combat that's going on here, these guys aren't necessarily going to
Here.
hear it, those 3, but the rest of them will.
Cool.
Okay. All right, guy that's closest to you succeeds.
I feel like I should point out that I am well within his line of sight.
It depends. Is it conical or is it?
You're directing it. I'm gonna say that in this instance you're not going to be affected. Okay. Number 2 there. Let's see, 9. Lay him over. Let's see him. He's good. He's good. And that's the last one that we're going to.
No, there's still one more.
Oh yeah. Well.
This one and then this one.
Yep. These 2 are not going to be affected.
3 will be affected.
And he's good.
Okay.
Okay. All of them seem to understand what was said.
Are they surprised?
They are definitely surprised. They aren't stunned, but they're confused.
Okay.
But this is like Joe Jackass trying to speak Spanish.
Yeah. But what is that accent?
Right? All right.
Now, when you did the shout, did you also verbally say it, or did you just do mental?
Right. Just mental.
Well,
Just the mental.
Okay. I just was figuring out if my character would have caught on to what he was doing or not.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
she did not.
Did not hear it.
Okay.
Mi casa el
Which would be so crazy for you guys to just
Exactly.
see me just staring at people and then people are just flying.
Well, they aren't plopping over, but with the exception of the guy who had the nosebleed.
Right.
Yeah. It's now their initiative, unless somebody's wanting to steal initiative. No? Okay, good.
You've got their attention.
He utters something back to you, and it appears to be a question.
Can I roll to see if I know?
Give me an occultism at -6. Because now you're looking for understanding a language you don't know.
Do I hear that? And could
Yes,
I
you're
roll
going
and
to
see?
hear it.
-6.
-6.
You made it 6.
So I'd be looking for a 10, and I got a 9.
What?
The translation is, are your praises to Cthulhu.
Okay.
Alright. This guy was one of...
He fell down.
He was
just
stunned,
yeah.
so he's going to get back... Going to be unstunned for the next round.
He's dead.
Huh?
That one's
He's
dead.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fully dead. Not
Fully
mostly
dead. This guy...
See, detectives can use guns.
Yeah, keep using it.
I'm gonna fight this one off with a magnifying glass.
Give him a Henry hug.
Don't worry about dodging.
So they're all groggy.
Yeah, they're...
Just got shouted out. They're
Right.
all confused.
He doesn't know what language to speak at this point. Mi casa de pantalones tacos.
Dos tequila, por favor.
Okay.
Muy pendejos.
Let's see. That was...
Mi policia.
Yep, that's all of the movement that came out of them this round. And we are back up to Chris. And you got one right on you.
I'm shooting him. I
Bam!
guess.
You're at a +4.
Up close and personal. Ooh, no.
I got a 15. But my gun skill with my pistol is 16, and I have a plus 4. So.
This is the third turn you've taken?
Yeah.
I didn't get a turn.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
You skipped.
I skipped
Yeah,
over.
he was
Because you
supposed to go
must-
before me.
Yes.
Yep.
My apologies. I skipped you. We'll get back to that here in just a second.
We'll get back to that.
Is that a filing cabinet in front of me?
Yes.
Yes, it
Yes.
is. Could be a little filing cabinet, not a big one. It's like
That's
a
a
little.
little one. Yeah.
Like one of the 2
Drawer.
stacks
Yeah, 2 drawer.
does still get pretty heavy.
Depends on how far back the cabinets go. I mean,
Maybe
if
it's
they
got
got
grenades in it.
Uh
They just keep on going out.
Okay.
Prepping for crazy.
Tell me where I am. So my plan is to
That
pick
is
this
true.
up
Okay.
1,
and then come forward
2,
and throw it. Where's my
3,
stop point?
4,
You got
maybe
5.25.
5.
5 is all you can move
You could throw it.
at that one.
Yep, that's the plan.
Okay.
So I'm gonna chuck it and I'm gonna yell, I ain't no fortunate son.
Fortunate son.
All right. Do you have
Picking up, it ain't me.
You have the throwing.
So you have the throwing skill.
I do not. Because I don't have any skills that I ever need, essentially.
You got judo.
I
Good
got-
judo.
Judo would work because isn't that like throwing people away from you?
That's using their own momentum against them.
I can use it for any martial
Well, you're
attack.
using the momentum of the file cabinet
The
against
judo-
the lizard guy.
The judo rule, I can use the judo to do the cool stuff, but I can also use it as my basic melee attack.
Yeah.
But that only got to cover thrown stuff.
Yeah. I don't think that that's going to cover. That's because.
Telling you judo masters don't throw filing cabinets on the daily?
Right. Okay.
Carry the
So
boats.
the throwing skill. I don't think
Throwing star.
I want to say it's
file
like a
cabinet.
-4
minus
or
Kinda the
2 or
same
minus
thing.
4, something like that. If you don't
Wow.
have the skill. I'm going to give you a -4 on your judo. Is that higher than your dex?
It'd be the same.
It's the same? Okay. Also, you're chucking something pretty big, so that's awkward as poop.
No. Didn't happen.
Okay.
This by
If it
1.
would have been the judo roll, I would have got it. But
So you chuck it, and it flies in between and ends up right about here.
Does anything come out of the cabinet? How about the
As he's chucking it, that thing, the drawers start to spin and spiral out, and yes, papers start dumping out of it. They're flying in the air, landing in between you and the Henry.
does it provide a distraction to Henry?
Oh, I'm certain that he's going to be affected.
Like, what the fuck?
Did he like
Just whiz
do an
by his
extra
head.
dodge or anything to jump out of the way?
No, it wasn't coming close enough to him for him to even consider dodging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So- That. Now we're back over to you. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Pop.
Just roll damage?
Yep,
Yeah.
roll damage.
You already made the roll.
You already made the roll.
Okay.
You can
Maybe
try it.
another strawberry. Dr. Pepper.
8. Another 8 points of damage. No, I guess not another. This guy. I haven't
Yeah.
shot this guy yet.
Might as well make him part of the group,
Plan is to make most of them part of that group.
right?
Okay. Yeah, because he failed his dodge roll. Let's see, that would bring it then to Gwen. So you've got a possible password.
Grabbing it and looking around to see if there are any other monitors besides the computer.
Give me another IQ.
4, 8, 9 to a 14.
No other monitors. However, at this point, you do see that there is
That thing.
another file cabinet sort of thing, but it has what appears to be ham radio equipment on it.
Okay, so I noticed that. I'm gonna point in that direction and say,
Okay.
what's your character's name again?
Thomas.
Thomas! Radio!
And when you get to your initiative, you'll be all like, oh, okay. If you're going to
Because I don't know if it'll be useful or not, but figured.
And actually,
How close is it to actually where I'm at right now?
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
4.
You've about to do a full movement.
Well, I don't really finish.
And you're
You
also
can
in the
finish
midst
whatever
of
you're doing
other
at the
people.
same
So
yeah, there's the bobbing and weaving, and Henry's coming at you, and you're on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are on the phone.
Yeah.
you're
All right.
still-
Pizza
After-
with extra anchovies because those are back to
I figured. You're the ham radio person. You'd be the person I pointed out to.
sounds like a plan.
Okay, and actually, Thomas, you are next.
I am next.
You are next.
So
Okay.
what happens on the phone?
It's still ringing. Are you gonna keep?
They haven't picked up.
They haven't picked up. How many people do you know pick up on half of a ring?
Well,
Not very many.
it's a hotline. It should only ring like once or twice. Since they pick it up because.
Yeah, but it's been a half ring.
You would hope.
Me, if some girl said she was going to call me when I was about 16.
Yep. That's a very limited scope of.
So no one's answering.
No one has answered in the 1 second that it took you. In the 1 second it took you to answer the phone or pick up the phone, and then wait for the dial tone to start. Gotta leave it off the hook.
You guys
sir.
keep going.
Just point your gun off to the side and shoot. There's one guy right behind you. Back shot, backstab, whatever it is. It's
Yeah. I can do
he's
that.
not even expecting
I
it.
can outside.
You gotta stay on the phone and
Yep.
BAM! Alright.
Might as well.
Okay.
Why not? Good idea.
Does the hotline have one of those weird shoulder deals that stuck off the back of it? So you can
Well,
hold
that
it with
was
your
an
shoulder
option
easier?
for the handset.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have that on the handset.
Shoulder hold.
Yeah. So you could use both your hands. You didn't have to
Yeah.
hold it there.
Yeah, it just had that
You
weird
have to
big
have your
thing
neck
that
all the way to right.
Looks like
hand.
a very big horn looking
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
horn brace. Alright, give me your attack roll.
See, I know things from the olden days like you guys. Back in the prehistoric times.
Rude.
Well, you know.
I see more Henrys coming for you.
Yes, I made it.
I'm in the front, of course they're
10
coming
to a
for me.
12.
10 to a 12. Okay. And you were shooting at his back, so he was going to be at a penalty on his dodge because he doesn't see it coming. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Woo! It's on the back of the paper.
Thank you.
We're not doing random hit locations just for fun.
Oh, well, yeah, he didn't specify where he was.
Well, no one's been specified.
Yeah.
We could have been.
We could have been doing the random locations.
Yeah. Could have been
Yeah, 'cause if
headshot.
you're not
could have
targeting-
been
I got my
flank.
luck thing going on, by the way, too.
Well, luck allows you to have the reroll. Yeah. So yeah, I totally spaced off the. That is one of the joys of the GURPS system is the if you're not aiming for a specific part of the body, just randomly shooting, it will just hit randomly on the body. Let's see. Where is?
So one of his apes could have been a headshot, and we just didn't pay
Could have
attention
been.
to that.
Yep, could have been.
Could have also just shot in the toe.
And that also is a
Yeah.
foot. Cause them to, if they're stumbling or not, their movement rate goes down. Arm, leg, center mass, 5
Yeah.
bone vitals area.
If you're
Throat.
aiming center mass, there's no penalty on your attack roll. If you're I'm just aiming to hit him. I don't care where. Then you're rolling for the random hit location.
And you might get good. You might get good.
Yeah. That's right.
It's always center mass.
All right. Aiming center mass. Okay. In that case, what was your damage?
I haven't got it yet.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still double checking. So it looks like it's 2D.
Is that the
Yep.
basic?
Okay.
Is that the basic? Yeah.
8.
8. Golly.
Everyone's rolling 8s for damage.
I had a 6. 5 out of 5. This was a 2 and 1.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Areas for parts of the body. Sweet. Page 211 has the generic chart. And then I've got the hit location bonuses and all that on this sheet, or the screen. All right. You did 8 points of damage. That is a nasty hit.
That was with my Colt 45.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt bad. He's going to be at a -8 penalty on his next action. Let's see. Who else we got? Alright. Then it would be. Oh,
Roll to see if I get out of this shit.
yes.
1, 3. I made it. 9.
Okay. So you're able to act this round. What are you doing?
I can act.
Yes, you can act this round.
I'm gonna pull out my gun and shoot straight ahead at that one.
Okay, pulling out the gun. Do you have quick draw?
No, I do not.
So you're just pulling the gun.
Pulling my gun out.
Okay.
Is that the one I shot?
No, you shot the ball, the naked one.
Okay.
The
Right.
one that's on
Attacking.
Yeah, this
JJ's
one.
face.
And that brings us then back to Terry, who's close to the combat. And you do have your gun.
You got line of sight with
I
here.
want the filing
Two.
counters.
Right, I understand.
You got line of sight pretty much on 3 of them.
But if you're chucking the file cabinet, you would have had to holster or belt it. So you're going to have to take the round to draw the gun unless you have quick draw.
You could still just run at the guy and push him in if you really want to try that.
Yeah?
I'm gonna use my judo and try to throw him into there.
That'll work.
This one?
Judo.
So I didn't have that as queued up. Just a second.
Okay,
There's specific stuff.
Yes. So- he's going to come right here so that he can get... effectively, you can place them 1 hex away from you, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Any of the hexes around you on the ground. But once they're in that position, you'd be able to reposition and try to position them again.
Could he throw them into one of the other Henrys? It's basically just 1 hex away.
Let me see if it's the
Judo.
adjacent hex or if it's a hex
You
away.
may parry. If you successfully parry, you may throw the foe.
Have to parry.
Make your judo skill. The foe moves active defense. You can parry. When you throw a foe, so he has to attack me.
Yep.
Throw a foe.
Yes. As opposed to throwing a hoe.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you can just do a melee attack on him.
Yeah.
Get his attention.
That would still be the judo.
Yeah, and then it's just the normal melee.
Yeah. One of the ideas of judo is using your opponent's momentum against
Any
them.
2 hexes near me.
Any 2 hexes.
So yeah, you could throw it in.
One of these
there.
hexes must be their starting hex, your hex, or any hex adjacent. So yeah, I can get him into there.
Okay.
So I'll just do a judo
Judo attack.
chop.
Okay. Was that including your attack that was able to place them that, or was it just in the defense?
No, that's just if he attacks me.
Okay, so right now you're just doing a judo attack,
Yeah.
Get his
basic
attention.
melee.
He's trying to slap him and have the.
I got it.
Bit slapping.
Whoa! Okay, and his dodge. Nope. So, go ahead
Will
and
Smith on him.
roll your damage.
I didn't have unarmed written down.
I think it's just based on what the strength
Yeah,
is.
it's based on strength.
Do you have your damage written next to Dex and IQ on your page?
No.
For thrust, swing, and kick?
What's your character's strength?
So thrust, swing. If thrust and swing. Would it be
Okay.
thrust?
I think all of them are the same
Yeah.
in damage, so. What?
Yeah. Alright, there's judo.
I don't think I was expecting to use this. It's basically just a standard close combat. Brawling is
Right. Brawling is physical easy. That add 1/10 of your brawling skill, which you don't get to add that. So your basic damage. What's your strength?
11.
11.
That's
It's page 101. Sorry guys, I'm slowing this down. Punching. A punch is an attack with reach. Your skill for a punch, blah 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 blah. Damage is determined by your strength. It is thrust -2 crushing damage determined by the basic weapon damage table. Example, a strength 12 thrust 1d. So your punch does 1d.
It's based on your whatever your strength is. Now there's the strength damage table. That's what we're looking for. As oddly enough, I don't think I have that on my screen, which is obnoxious. Strength. Burst fire.
I think it's 1d -1.
okay. Then I did the math from mine wrong because mine's just straight 1d6. That's written on mine.
What's your strength?
10. I think yours would be stronger than mine.
I'm sorry guys.
You're
That'll
good.
be.
It,
I mean, it's
Part of the game.
feasible that mine is written wrong.
Strength. Oh, wouldn't we be back at the very beginning?
well, the basic strength is, it's going to be a question of.
Yeah, because mine, I have the same strength as you, and mine's 1d6 -2.
Okay, so maybe I forgot the -2 on mine.
Or you may have been including your karate bonus for the
yeah.
damage. Although,
Say mine is 1d6
okay,
-2.
here we are. Basic
It's 1d6
weapon
plus
damage,
2.
page 74. Strength of attacker. All right. If you say your strength is an 11.
Yeah.
Yep. Thrusting attack, fist, spear, etc. is 1d -1.
Okay.
Swinging attack is 1d +1. So, what was your strength, Danny?
I had all of mine as listed just straight up 1d6, but I probably wrote it wrong. Because
Yeah.
I'm
So I'm not
strength
swinging
of 10.
anything. So it's 1d -1.
1d -1.
Ha
Noise.
5 points.
5 points.
Yahoo!
And
Hong
he just
Kong Phooey.
and he just got shot for 8.
He dead? I say you, he dead.
Clap.
Right after he asked a question.
I Rocky Balboa'd him.
Teamwork.
So you couldn't even.
That
As
might-
he's flying, could he fling his dead body using the momentum as he's falling?
As he's falling, can you
You know when Rocky does the
Suplex
final
him.
hit on Apollo Creed?
If you got a critical, yes.
suplex him onto somebody else?
All right. Let's see. That brings us to JJ. So the guy who just asked you a question just got shot in the back and then punched in the face and collapsed.
Terry's just walking through rocking food.
JJ's
And
like,
this gun's
Who
going
wants
up
some?
and now he's effectively standing right in front of you.
You could walk around and shout again. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard.
Who wants to catch these hands?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk back in front of Terry.
3, 4. Be about right there, changing face.
And
If you want to go in.
knowing what I know about Henry's and that they kind of have a hive mind, I'm going to shout what Donald Trump just said before he blew up Philip's head
because
Okay.
they were in the
Who
containers when he
Fatagan
yelled it last
and
time.
see what happens.
Okay.
Good thinking.
Okay. No roll is necessary for the shout. It's just going to be the basic stun. If you don't have the magic, you don't got the magic.
Right.
If Ross was here and heard that, would he have been able to do it?
Probably not, because it's a spell. You have to actually know the spell. He doesn't have the points in the spell.
Okay.
He's good. Ooh. He's not so good. And
Also, to be clear, I'm not saying it to have tried to like replicate the spell. I was saying it in response to.
right, yeah, I understand. 8, 9, 10. He's good. With everything else that's going on, those are the ones that you're going to be able to focus on.
Cool.
He's out of the way because you've got this guy in the way of your line of vision. Okay, but they all hear that, and certainly it gets their attention. Except for the ones who were directly involved in combat, all of them are looking at you that heard it.
I gotta pull off some cool shit, guys.
Yeah.
I'm running out of rope.
Despite the fact that he was stunned, he is definitely looking directly at you. All right. And then we're back up to Chris. And you've got the guy right there on you still.
Yes, I'm shooting him.
Okay.
I made it. I got a 10.
Seriously?
Lizard.
Wait. With all the bonuses, and they still are. Yep, he gets hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Ooh, high. Ooh, that's
10.
high.
Dead lizard.
18 damage to that one.
Lizard,
How much
lizard,
are back away from the
lizard.
bodies then?
Well, they need to quit coming at me. Can I move after I shoot?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Cool. Can I?
You can move up to 5.
I want to back up some.
Wait, was your movement 5 or 6?
So,
How far do you want to back
Basic
up?
speed is 6.
his move round off is 7.25. His basic speed is 6.
Okay, basic speed is 6.
That's 2. Straight back.
He's just backing up.
3, and he's
Yeah,
That's
as
fine.
far back
I'm
as
just
you can
trying
back
to
up.
not be directly in, fire when it happens.
Right?
That's been working
Good
pretty good
choice.
for you so far.
All right.
So
You're
far,
backing
they,
up.
they have not just combusted. So
Gwen.
At this point, I'm just thinking we need to get rid of Henry's so that way I'm not stressing about trying to get the password right
Right.
and in the right thing. So I'm gonna prop my hand on the desk with my gun and aim at whichever one where I won't be shooting at someone else.
That'd be over here.
I was gonna say that probably.
So I'm gonna step behind the desk and aim.
Using the desk as a rest.
That's
Yes.
a target-rich environment over there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my
Why don't you give her a bonus since she's using a brace?
Right.
Well, I'm aiming. I'm using the brace.
Right. Aiming takes a full round.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, so me.
So you
doing
can't
that
fire
pivot?
this.
Yep.
Yeah, you have
Never
to
mind.
aim this round.
Okay.
So
I wasn't sure if me being like. Nyeh.
no.
Okay.
You once,
Thank you for that clarification.
Yes, and if you wait more than one round for every round that you aim, it gives you a bonus. So if you wait until the following round, it gives you another +1. Get to add your accuracy bonus for your weapon on the back of What's the accuracy bonus on that?
Accuracy
ACC.
3.
So, taking the full round to aim is going to give you a +3. If you take an additional round, it gives you a +4.
Noted.
Okay. Then we have Ross, who isn't here. Then we have Thomas.
Yep.
What are you doing? Phone still ringing? Meh. Still ringing.
Is there another one within close to me where I can shoot him?
There's
waiting.
one right here, and there's one right here. Yeah, you can be, because you turned in order to fire on the one while holding on to the receiver.
Let's go to the closest one to me.
All right, the one that's closest to JJ there.
Yep.
Says BAM! Go ahead and give me a roll. Hello? Hello?
Got
Blam!
it.
You got it?
On the money.
All right.
No.
What'd you roll?
I got it, but I got it actually one above.
Okay.
So
Wait, one above or below?
I made it by one, not just right on the money.
Okay.
So rolled low.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So I was clarifying because you
Sorry,
said
rolling.
above, and I'm like,
I have a dodge of 8, and I have yet to get any of them to successfully
That's
dodge.
a pretty good dodge.
Wow.
though,
Yeah.
so,
That's the same as mine.
sounds like your dice are in our favor.
Yeah. Change stuff.
Not complaining.
No.
Well,
Are you gonna bring out
Red dice.
I was
No.
using the red dice.
Oh, really?
Are you gonna bring out the new
So,
bone ones?
what'd you roll for damage?
No.
just
Bring out the death
Just
dice.
10. Okay, and that guy hasn't been hit yet.
I think that's what you're aiming for. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one. So he's got 10 points of damage. He's not down yet.
So he's got somewhere between 1 and 3 points left.
Possibly.
Okay.
I think.
What's your rate of fire on that?
looking.
Rate of fire. Oh. That's right after the max.
Yeah.
And
What weapon are you
Oh,
using?
rate of fire, 3.
So you can fire 3 shots in a round, but each subsequent shot after the first is at a -2 to your attack roll. So if you wanted to fire again, just everybody's been doing just a single shot, with the exception of him at the introductory sally.
Doesn't my luck have something to do with that too?
Luck is a reroll.
It's just a reroll.
That's all it
You're
is.
gonna
Okay.
use. I'm
What?
gonna use my luck.
Sorry.
I'm reroll.
Plus, if something good is supposed to happen to somebody in the group, it's automatically going to be you instead of me rolling randomly.
So if I want to shoot him again or shoot at him again,
You can make an additional roll, but it's going to be at a -2 penalty on the subsequent roll.
Minus-
Because effectively
Why
you're
not?
going
Why
bam, blam, blam.
why not?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Okay. If you want to try for the third one, you can, but that one's going to be at a -4.
Keep
Yeah.
firing. Keep
Well,
firing. Fight,
I guess
fight.
why not?
it is the finale.
Hell yeah.
I made that one.
4, 5. I mean, 5.
5
Five?
total, and it's a 12. So
Okay. Yeah, that definitely
Last
hits.
one shot. Do your damage. Roll your
Do your
damage.
damage.
Come on, big money.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
So for your second and third shots, they don't get to roll for dodge.
They get 1 dodge per round.
Okay.
Everybody has 1 dodge per round. You have 1 active defense that you can use per round, either dodge, parry, or block. But you can't use all 3. You can only use one of them, and you can only use it once per round, unless you're taking all out to dodge, in which case you can do 2 different effects. But then you can't attack. And they've been advancing with the intent of attacking. I had not stated either out loud or noted that they were doing all-out defense. Let's see. That takes care of yours. That brings us.
Thank you, Mr. Colt.
That brings us to you, and then to you.
I'm gonna fire at this guy here.
That. Or wait, no. We had you going after.
I don't care.
It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
There, dice off.
5.
Okay, it's you. Then you.
Firing at that guy over there.
Okay. Bang.
Missed by 1.
Okay.
But I got a shot 3. It's 3 rounds. So
3 rounds.
I gotta roll an 8 or less. 5, 6, 7.
Second shot hits.
Second shot
He's
hits.
gonna try a dodge. Okay.
2d plus 2. 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And -4, so I gotta roll 6 or less. Nope.
Okay. Blam, blam, blam. And now you're.
Kick the guy that's down.
I thought they were down. Like
These are dead.
They are.
If they're laying down, they're
dead.
dead.
They might explode
Yeah,
soon.
the
so
only
you might
one
wanna
that's
move.
getting up is going to be that one.
Okay. You know what? I've got better luck with this. Mark, move me up next to that one that's standing.
1, 2,
Yeah, right.
3. Okay.
I guess -2 to my roll for moving.
Shooting or punching?
I have better luck with this.
Okay.
Missed it.
Okay.
If it wouldn't have moved, I would have got it.
And
But now he's tied up with me and melees.
yes.
What's your?
And that brings us to JJ.
I
But
rolled.
you're on it.
Since I moved, it's -2.
Here.
Hold it. Does that count?
And
Does
shout
-2
that way
count?
again.
No.
That's been doing it.
That's only for shooting.
That's only for shooting.
Oh, then I got it.
Then you hit. Okay. Let me roll for his dodge.
Now hold it.
What?
He just dodged my shot. He doesn't get a dodge.
Oh, it's that same one?
Yes.
Okay. Never mind. Yep, he doesn't get a dodge. Not like he was going to get it anyway. Okay.
3 points.
3 points on top of the 5 that were already done.
That's 8 damage he's taken.
Okay. Fair enough. Now we're at JJ.
My character is going to pull out his pocket knife and draw an elder sign in his palm.
Oh.
It's very 80s Slayer.
Cutting the leaf style one that
No,
you've seen.
the star.
Oh,
With
doing the
with-
star
with
one?
The eye
Okay.
in the center.
Oh.
Oh, do you have artistry?
I have camouflage, disguise.
Do you have cake?
He has a Walkman and a King's
He's one of the
Diamond
dead,
tape.
Okay.
dead lizard's hands.
One thing, there are
That
2
way
different
it's spread out.
styles, and the one that you've seen that's been used on the frogs was the limb style that was just a line with 3 lines coming off of it, kind of like a leaf shape or a twig shape.
Okay.
That's 1, it's going to be easier to do that. 2, you've got a representation you've seen recently, and 3, occultism -4, and you can successfully make that hand
Cool.
look bloody and protected-ish.
Cool. You said -4.
-4.
I got a 4, 5, 6, 7 to a
12. So you succeeded by 1. All right. Next round, you'll be able to show off your handiwork, literally.
I'm going to use this, so it's my turn again.
Okay. Bumping you back up to the beginning of the initiative for this round, and you stick your hand out.
And I say,
Zikao!
in strange eons, even death may die.
Bravo.
Bravissimo.
These 2 erupt in flame. The guy who had a nosebleed, that's this guy, collapses again. This one immediately begins backing away from you. This one, who was tied up in combat with you, is also retreating.
Do I get an attack for him disengaging from a melee? From
Attack of
Fisticuffs?
opportunity.
Yeah. I will allow you to make it an attack roll.
I hit him
Okay.
for none.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Keep running!
Run.
Just give him a Gibbs.
When you do that, all of these machines start running in what sounds like overdrive. Everything starts running and humming, including the computer.
What's the phone do?
Oh crap, he locked it.
What's the phone do since Dick has it against his ear?
I've got the door. Run. That's what you hear on the phone. It picks up. I've got the door. Run. The garage door opener that was covering the back, door at the far end starts to come up.
Run for the door!
Wait, sorry, wasn't my turn.
Run for the door!
Okay. That brings us back around then to Chris.
I guess I'm running for the door.
Okay. Let's see. There you go. Well, because you're running, you can double your speed. All right. That brings us to Gwen.
Question. Is this computer like the old tank computers?
Yes.
The big one? Okay.
And you hear cracking in the floor behind you.
Guys, just run. Just run.
Okay. So I have grabbed the paper. I'm grabbing the keyboard and I'm running.
It's attached. It's a solid chunk.
Ooh.
It was like a TSR-80.
Okay.
you would know what that is,
1985 it
sorry.
would have been screwed in.
Yeah. It is attached. It is a whole
Okay.
unit.
I assumed that it was.
You can just try and rip it out. The whole thing. You just hear the.
I don't have that strength.
That's like 60 pounds. Be a boat anchor.
I don't
So
have
share.
that strength.
Yeah, we've done
We
that
did that
once.
before.
Okay.
I get-
There's not going to be anything on the computer, anyways.
I was
Yeah,
more
yeah,
thinking
mainframe
the computer had the keyboard was outlanting, so I could use that to start trying to figure out.
Oh, that makes sense.
That was my, but
Yeah.
clearly I can't.
Okay.
Well, don't worry about it. I'll talk to you later about it.
All right, yeah, if you're
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay,
I
I'm
I
moving.
specifically made sure I
Running!
memorized the keyboard.
While you are running, there is definite concern because you can hear glass falling from behind you, and everybody starts to feel a slight gush of air coming in from the
Does that-
floor at the
Okay.
back.
I have a question. Does
Uh-huh.
that mean I have to make the roll again because I'm up here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't fail it.
10 to a 14.
Okay, you're running. running.
If anything, that'll give you a little more extra juice.
Okay. There's where you're making it to. Then we have Thomas.
I'm running.
Drop the receiver and running. He's able to go 10.
Are we going through the fire?
Yes. Are you going through the fire?
How much fire?
I think you could
two burning bodies.
Oh, go through them.
Okay, just running through.
Yep.
Split the
Beautiful cinematic scene in the movie. You're running,
Crush
jumping through the flames.
How fast do they charge? Out of curiosity. Are you crushing? I smash down and the body just erupt into char.
No, the charring to fully disintegrate it takes
Oh wow.
a while.
Okay, I didn't know how.
So it's like
how
burning a
quickly-
regular human.
With gasoline, lots of it.
Man,
You know, the thing we all do all the
I
time.
didn't even get a taste of the barbecue.
Yeah. All right. That brings us then to Trevor.
I'm running.
Run! Turn
And
around.
just making sure I did clarify that I grabbed that paper with the password.
You did something.
Yeah, you had said that.
I wanted to make sure
That-
before
that
we
was
got
a-
too far.
Throw it in the purse and I'm running.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, and we have then Terry.
I'm going to look back at JJ. Let's go, Dee Dee!
And
Run.
running.
Yeah.
Or you want to run right into him, or one over and then?
One up. But just like you just did it. Yeah, the diagonal.
Shoot from the hip. That's
10.
faster.
Yep, that works.
Shoot from the foot.
And then we have JJ.
I'm running.
Running too. Are you? I can just see it now. You're running with your hand extended. Ah!
The power of Christ compels you!
No, it's Power of Cthulhu.
Power of
Power of Cthulhu!
Cthulhu compels you.
All right.
Now, do these guys see all? Because they're looking this way.
Yeah,
we're not even.
the as far as that goes, here's
Here's what
some
happened.
fun. Here's some fun. He turns around. 1, 2, 3. He's making an attack roll to pick you up. Are you resisting? Are you parrying or dodging?
Do you have any physical combat?
You know
like
what? I'm
Friday?
gonna let him.
He has picked you up and is moving you further forward, closer to the door. Okay. This guy?
Thanks for the piggyback ride.
He stands up. He should have been standing up already.
He collapsed again when.
he psyched him.
Yeah.
Well, when the guy cut the symbol into his hand and
Yeah.
he has a fainting problem.
I was gonna say this thing's like.
All right. And at this point, everybody is basically running. Yes.
Yes.
Just continuing to run. All right. Except for you. You're now being carried towards the door. All of you run, and as you're running, the floor gives way over here. Those of you who are furthest back, 1, 2, 3, 4, I need you all to make dex rolls to make certain that as the floor collapses under you, it doesn't drop you.
I made my straight dex.
Straight dex.
Am I one?
Let's see. Yes, you are one of them.
7. I made a 7.
You are one of them.
I made it.
Make a dex roll.
Come on. You have a higher dex than me. You should be able to do this.
13.
Nope.
That's
You have
your
the
straight.
Automatic success.
No, that was your-
wrong success. This
Dex.
5 plus.
That's
that's-
11.
He's cashing in his
That's
auto
That's
success.
14.
Auto success. Okay.
Yeah.
Auto success.
Auto success.
Auto success. So, oh god. Nope. Nope. I'm not even trying. We're going. We're running. The floor collapses and bodies start falling. As do.
Okay. Are they falling on? Not that I'm looking, but are they falling into the street, or are they just?
Are they falling out of existence, or are they falling?
What to the
Come on, drowning pool, anyone?
what?
I was thinking more. It's raining men.
Oh!
Did you know those two songs are from two different perspectives of the same situation?
Yes. The mechanical works as it falls. It hits the side of the building, bounces out, and then phases out of existence.
Okay.
The bodies, they just fall all the way to the ground.
We're in a splat and charred bodies on the ground.
It looks
That's
like
driving. What the? Bam!
yeah,
That's a big bird.
yeah,
Yeah, I think his song fits better. It's raining men.
yeah. Okay,
They're
and
still burning
Naked
corpses,
men.
though.
They're still naked.
And burning.
Holy crap, did you see what was hanging on that skeeter?
And as these guys all hit the door at roughly the same time, door opens all the way, and on the other side is standing Ross Thibodeau. Been waiting for you guys. And he uses exploding fireball.
Oh!
I didn't ask how big the room was. Good.
And it cooks everybody.
He did 15 points of damage to all 3 of these guys. Actually, all 4 of those guys.
They're toasty. They're pre-toasted.
Well, we weren't at the
The
door
wooden
yet.
door is now incinerated.
The wooden door is
It-
no longer a door.
The garage door has fully opened, and Ross is like, "Come on, guys! I don't want to go in here anymore!" And he runs towards the other door. He braved as much of room 13 as he could. He had a significant penalty at his roll. He was at a -4 on everything.
And he was
Very
still
good, though.
able to do that in fire.
And he still did that.
Nice.
Ah,
Is it bad that he always does better when he's not actually here?
right?
That's a true statement. Truer statement has never been said.
We all need to message him on the
Tell him good
chat
job
and say
tonight.
Thank you for saving the day.
All right, we need one more round of running from people.
So another
Can I
dex
roll to
check.
detect his surface thoughts?
Yes.
You are being carried. You can look lovingly into his eyes.
And I'm touching it, which gives me an advantage.
Yes.
Oh, are you now?
9 to 13.
Okay.
Plus whatever. I don't remember what the advantage was.
You're touching the man with the stick?
It's either a +2 or a +4. Regardless, you definitely are in his surface thought. Well, it does actually matter because the number of you succeed by determines exactly how much surface or how deep into his thoughts you get.
Right,
So
and
you might wanna
if
look
he's
at
willing, goes into it, and in him
Um,
be touching it.
Willing? Yes, he is willing at this point.
Okay.
I would say you're obviously not thinking about trying to block it.
Yeah.
To receive thoughts from a willing subject within range of skill roll is necessary. To receive thoughts. So he doesn't need to make a roll for me to receive it. Just
He's trying to see how much.
It's that
You
whole
can roll
deep
this.
dive thing.
What is the bonus that you
receive-
get from being in contact with?
Okay.
the person?
To get into your subject's mind, level of thought you get depends upon the amount by which you make your skill roll. Surface thoughts only 0 to 2, 3 to 4, all surface thoughts, plus occasional mental associations and background. You can also pick one of the subject's senses to tap into and perceive at a 3 to a 4.
so all the touching does is just give me +1. So I don't have to make a skill roll, and I'm at
Zeus or
+1
something?
for whatever.
kinda looks like
I made it
Zeus.
by. I don't have to make a skill roll to force myself into his brain.
Looks like you
But-
should be holding a light.
So my roll just determines how much I can see. So I made it by 7,
I bet you're supposed to stand on that
4,
stack
5. I
right
made it by 5. Good.
Made it by 5.
Doesn't it look like
Okay,
it's either Zeus
that's
or-
as above, but with all significant mental associations and background, but still only if the subject thinks about it. You can also pick up on all subjects' sense impressions.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
It's a lightning bolt.
So that's Zeus.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a storm giant. Somebody commissioned that to be made. So I printed off those pieces. He gets to do the construction for the rest of it. So the thoughts that you were picking up is, I didn't realize we had a plant in their group. One of the fellow cultists is among them. I must protect him.
Stab him in the eye.
Let's see.
Thanks for the ride.
Is he like fireman carrying me, or is he like baby carrying me?
Fireman carry.
Cool.
Pat your butt as he's running.
So you're watching all of us run.
Yeah. Hey guys! Don't you wish you could have a ride?
You're just like sitting there
Leaving
like,
me in the dust. Because
Okay, considering you're all doing full out run, I'm not going to make you roll on any further attempts, but the glass is continuing to crack. The desk has definitely fallen and is hit the building and bounced off, and it has actually hit the building on the other side of the street at this point.
Oh, sure.
Bounce.
And of course the jars are.
The jars are falling and bouncing off the side of the building and then disintegrating effectively.
computer has
they're
it.
phasing out of reality.
So what you're saying is all those things are phasing
Are-
out,
yeah.
but the desk and the computer hasn't.
And the
And
bodies.
Are we in
And the
Matrix?
bodies.
Are we the simulation?
15 years too
Well, I was clarifying for my knowledge.
Right? He gets through the door, and as he gets on the other side, he puts you down and asks, "Do I stop the rest of them?"
I say, leave them to me.
He steps back into the room and waits for the floor to disintegrate below him. As the rest of the party climbs into the entry office that had the scales and the other computer desk. As there is no door left to close, he waves and then falls to his death.
Man, I want to try to shoot him as I was running.
Feed us in.
I tell him thank you as he's falling, just to give him a little bit of peace when he dies.
Thank you.
Goodbye, have a good night.
The garage door slams shut on the other side, and then the wall phases and becomes a solid wall. Even the opening is gone.
Okay.
JJ's going, it's good to be the king.
And my character's trying to not have a panic attack and grabs Terry's hand. I'm like, nope, no.
Nothing I can do with that. I mean, like,
Boy, don't look at me.
all right.
Good as here.
I am at least a little bit surprised that I didn't get at least one player casualty.
Sorry to disappoint
It's
you.
okay.
Can I
I'm
point
not
something out?
disappointed. Yes, sir.
We made it through an entire game session, and Gwen didn't accidentally make a lesbian reference.
What?
We're not done yet.
Good point.
Okay.
We still got an elevator ride.
Lean down.
The voice on the other side of the phone, was that Ross's voice?
Nope. The voice on the other side of the phone sounded like Donald Trump. There were two.
There were two in the photos. One had the dots, the other didn't.
Ah.
So normal Donald Trump saved us.
The real Donald Trump saved you.
As Donald Trump always does.
Jesus Christ.
Great. I'm gonna make sure this is DT saved my life.
You need to make one for him.
I can do it. I hate you guys. I really do.
Now,
When he starts saying the three dots, I would keep thinking of the Predator dots.
Yeah.
Me too. Every time.
now, as a thank you for going on this ride with me, I have a necklace that I have made for every one of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is this one mine?
Single thread. There you go.
Thank you.
And
Very cool.
I
Very
might
cool.
spawn some questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
What's going on there? I can't talk about it.
Do you know the right handshake?
So let me tell you about frogs and why they're gay.
I have some questions. Hang on, let me put my sunglasses on.
hold on a second. Gotta check something. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
And then I've got one for Daryl for whenever he shows
Whenever
up.
he shows back up.
Also, next time that he shows up, he had his birthday like 2 weeks ago. So, going to be getting something for him other than this. Now, you have exited the building. The following day, you're able to make your meet with the mayor and provide him with the negatives.
We haven't done that yet.
No, because
No.
you kept rescheduling.
I thought
I
we
thought
did.
we had. I
No,
thought
no,
we
you
had.
He was out
Get
of
him
town
from-
until Thursday or whatever.
Yeah, he was out of town until Thursday. This is Wednesday. You kept running into things that was keeping him somewhat in the group / unable to leave the group because he was specifically interested in helping until the mayor had the negatives.
My plan was, you got all these kids ruined my plan.
You metal
And your dumb
kids.
dog too.
I was gonna just get the pictures, take them to the mayor, and then arrest all of you for
Now you're a couple.
all of the things that you are linked to.
And
So
now you're
remember
linked
when
to
this
it.
game resumes, somebody's going for a ride in the trunk.
Yeah.
Now, bear in mind, it was his plan. It wasn't something he followed through on, and his character didn't tell you.
Still can go right in the trunk.
Yeah. It might be you just for fun.
I mean, you did abduct Henry's on your lonesome from.
They weren't in the
Asylums.
trunk. They were in the.
They were driving for
Yeah.
him because he didn't want to drive.
It was the 80s. Maybe we're just shoving people in the trunk to get in cheaper at the drive-in theater.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I mean, you wanted to go.
Now, I do have questions about the culmination of the game overall. So let's go over what people learned and what people's theories are about where the game was going as far as what the overall goals were for this particular group. You were fighting against a faction. Which faction was it? And what were they doing? So why don't we start with you? What did you learn tonight?
I know the least of anyone here.
That's why it's best for you to start.
And we all just kind of piggyback off each other as we go around.
I'm good with that.
Lizard people fought us, and then this guy was like, Cthulhu. And they were all like, he knows things. Do something about him, I guess. And then they all died, and then the one guy like sacrificed himself to him, basically. So that's interesting.
Pretty great.
And he did say that I didn't know we had a plant in the group, so I'm pretty certain that at least the Henrys thought we were against them. So there's that. They at least thought that we were against them.
Yes. Most assuredly. Okay. Go ahead and add 3 experience for tonight's session. We will be maintaining these characters so that when we pick up the game, it'll have a time jump and we will continue on with some new conspiracies. So, and in that time jump, you'll be able to utilize any points that you guys have accumulated to add to your character's skills because you will have had reasonable amount of time to do study and improve those skills. So, Danny, what did you and or Gwen learn tonight? Or what are your theories on what was going on?
So, I know after this, Gwen is still going to be really focused on her sister now, especially with how much she got pulled into this. I think Gwen's going to start going more into the linguistics and everything a lot more. Try and see if she can learn
Atlantean?
Atlantean, because that is becoming. And see if she can talk with Ross about learning runes. Whether or not she learns some magic doesn't really matter. She just wants to know what the runes are because she's seen them so much. So she can translate and be like, that's a booby trap, don't touch it.
Fair?
That one says bra.
And then processing how much of like alternate dimension theory stuff is being presented definitely is going to be in her mind, and the fact that they responded to him doing Cthulhu-esque cultist things, definitely she's going to read up on the occult a lot more now.
Okay. So that might be some place where you're spending some points.
Yes.
It'd be also good for your books too.
Well, yeah. I have a cult already, but now she's probably going to be more focused on specific aspects of it.
All right. Any theories about the overall arching themes?
I feel like the main theme was getting control over everyone else. Like whether that's controlling their mindsets of romantic partners or controlling their strengths or their views.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Go with 3. JJ. Brad.
So, we know that Atlantean has come into the picture via the keyboard and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Cthulhu is there. So we've got a couple of different underwater factions going on. Evil Donald Trump was talking about playing the middle. So it makes me wonder if he's talking about playing the middle from, like, if he was kind of a double agent with the Atlanteans and the Cthulhu cultists. I mean, I guess that will remain to be seen.
Or it could be middleman between the Greys and the Lizards.
Right.
Or it could have been
Which, I mean,
middleman between you guys and...
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of spokes on this wheel for sure.
Ain't no lie.
We've got Greys, Atlantean,
Lizard
the,
men.
the lizard people.
Which, I mean,
is
who's,
the Cthulhu
who's to say
cultists.
that Atlantean isn't
the Greys?
The Greys, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's definitely a possibility. My character had to come up with some cool stuff to do because I was like right beside all of the Henrys, and I was like, I'm either gonna die or I'm gonna come up with something, man. And
You're silently yelling,
so-
making people pass
Throwing
out.
some Hail Marys.
So yeah, seeing my pants turned out pretty good for me tonight.
It did.
So I was really pleasantly surprised with how all that turned out. As far as like the overarching goal of who's doing what, I mean, obviously, I feel like we've kind of figured out that the figureheads of this is like the Cthulhu cultists, as far as the Henrys, like straight up just obeying, like doing, like throwing their life away to protect me. Like I feel like that's a pretty dead giveaway that they're the figureheads of one faction that have been working against us. So we have more things to explore for the other side, whomever it may be. So yeah, I mean, that's what I got for you.
Okay, go with the 3 experience. Mark, what did you and or Trevor learn tonight?
Like I said, that's kind of with all that stuff. That there's more and more people. Forgot about that. There was the 2 Trumps.
Yeah.
We now definitely have the Cthulhu cult is definitely what Evil Trump had said,
Right?
and how he carved the symbol, and they responded like that.
The Donald.
Nice.
It's just so much.
There
So
was so much.
Like I said, yeah, we still haven't really scratched. We got more questions than we really have answers. I mean, sure, we've kind of solved this little bit, but there's so much more spawned out of that. Since we're out of here and it's all go down to the ground floor, dead bodies here and there, I want to find his body because it didn't disappear if I'm correct, right?
Right.
I'm going to rifle through his dead body. See what else we can find.
I mean, any kind of sample, because
Yeah.
he's an Atlantean.
He
You
built the computer, so I'm curious if it survived the fall.
No,
It
it
did not.
disintegrated.
Not 41 floors.
No, it
It's-
didn't
it's a-
disintegrate.
Oh, it didn't.
But when it hit after 41 stories, it exploded pretty
It's-
good.
They're
I thought
bulky
it
and
went-
sturdy,
I
but
thought
not
it
that sturdy.
disintegrated and shifting out.
No, that was only the
Just the tanks.
the tanks.
My bad.
Nokia didn't
Nice
build the
understanding.
computer.
I was about to say the same thing.
The what?
Said Nokia didn't build the
Nokia
computer.
didn't build the computer, yeah. Yeah, hell, we can grab some samples off him. Why his head exploded with just those words? Have no idea.
There's the question of whether it was magic or it was tech.
Yeah, if it was like a fail-safe phrase or what.
And it's not the first time that you guys have encountered exploding heads.
Sure, it won't be the last.
There was a phrase that was uttered that you didn't understand, you didn't quite hear, and then 3 heads went kablooey. And one of them suicide bombed himself, effectively. You weren't there for that gaming session. That's where they got the finger.
Ah, okay.
Cut it off of the body. Okay. All right.
Just
Theories? above and beyond, or
Like I said, they're
different?
just they're
Does it
no,
differ
there's-
from
it's-
anything that they've got?
Not really. There's like I said, they're it's always for control of everything. One up on each other. One might be here like the Greys, because they assisted us, and we're seeing blue lights in the skies that drop the frogs. Now that we've officially figured out who or what's dropping the frogs, have we?
I
don't-
think we're under the assumption that it was the Grace to warn us.
Yeah, there's some
But
sort
it's
of
an
a
assumption. We
yeah,
don't know
again.
for concrete.
So we're with the idea is Greys, maybe Atlantean, but might be here to help us.
The Greys had made the comment in someone's mind that the frogs were a warning from them. So you do know that the Greys were involved with the frogs.
Okay. And look again, throwing this out because I think I remember asking on the Grey ship. I looked for symbols and stuff. Any of those symbols similar to what I now know was on the keyboard?
No. Different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Okay, that.
So the Greys are not the Atlanteans. So my thought process was not.
Well,
maybe not
they
the right
could
one.
still be Atlantean. They just have evolved into some other language or something else.
Yeah. Most planets have more than one language, one would expect. I mean, Earth has how many hundreds of languages?
That is very true. Different hundreds of dialects within each language.
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah. And if you go to the South and somebody asks you want a Coke, that could be Coke, that could be Pepsi, that could be Dr. Pepper. They're asking if you want a soda, and Coke has become the colloquial for all soda,
Yeah.
or pop, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or pop.
depending upon what region you're in, determines, generally speaking, which word you use for that.
And I mean, you go further, go to like Scotland.
Oh, yeah.
The friend that we've got, it's all just fizzy juice. And it's just if you want a fizzy drink or not.
Right.
So
Yeah, so plenty of variation, so it's easy to see where there would be a difference. Also, living outside of the planet for a while versus living underwater for a while, that might adjust how things are interpreted and the flow of the typing and the
Phonetics.
script, the phonetics, all of those things, and they would alter over time. I mean, Pauly Shore, the Weeds, with all of his that
Slang and
that
weird
slang. Holy crap! I can't understand it, and I was alive during the time frame while he was using all that crap regularly. I was like,
Snoop
what?
Dogg,
Right?
but more a little modern. Same weirdness stuff.
Yeah. So,
Shizzle.
faux
Shizzle.
shizzle.
Yeah, it's that.
That's it,
I mean,
right?
it's Babylon, but yeah, it's
Okay.
a lot of weird stuff. A lot of just lots.
A lot going on. All right, go with the 3. Jake, what did you and or Thomas learn?
Well, I believe that there's definitely a line of what we as humans would perceive as good and evil. I'm pretty much certain that the Greys, the Atlanteans, the Masons, those are all on what we would consider the good side. The lizards, the cultists, and I'm going to separate the Illuminati from the Masons, because some people try to run them together, some people try to separate them. I'm going to say that the Illuminati is on the evil side. Also, I'm going to say the Cabal, as far as like the 12, are also on the evil side, and they're battling each other, and we're pawns in their chess game. This is just my thoughts. They're not concrete. concrete by any means, but this is kind of the way my mind is seeing it play out. I think there's a lot more going to happen in the future when we take the game back up, and it could definitely be a lot more interesting. Of course, the doppelgangers, most of those have been quote unquote bad, but we've also had some doppelgangers, or some of the marked ones, if you want to call them, with the triangle spots. Some of them have turned, kind of switched sides even. So, like, what's her name? What the heck? Mead.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She was actually part of that group and actually started kind of helping us out after she saw some of the evil stuff. Because she was kind of duped into.
She saw she was being used.
Yep. I think it's very interesting that if you look, you can start to see lines being drawn in some ways. Some of those lines are still pretty gray, though, too.
Okay. Any grand theories above and beyond what you've already stated?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. Go with the 3. Mike?
So overarching in the campaign, so I'm looking at this. So Terry's journey has been, the first one is Terry has tried to learn how to forgive what happened to him. And the confrontation with Trevor has definitely been part of his ability to let go of what happened there in Vietnam, which has traumatized him very deeply. So the ability to confront somebody with a direct line to those events was key to, I think, Terry's healing. And the same token, Terry needs forgiveness for what he did. And this has been a step towards that for Terry, being able to achieve forgiveness. Turning somebody like Gwen's, who was very opposite to Terry at the beginning, her being able to see him as a person, not just a maniac, and achieve that forgiveness has been key to Terry's development as a character. I think his stability has increased, and he's realized he has worth in the world again after his wife left him, after he lost his job, and everything was just going in the toilet. He's now got a mission and people he cares about who are part of his faith, that he has faith in his battle buddies. He's achieving something he felt when he was in the army, that he was part of something until he was betrayed by his group, and that it was robbed from him, and he's finally achieving that again. As far as what I believe is happening, I think that I'm formulating that we're children of the Creator, and a lot of the things we're facing maybe aren't, or maybe lesser children somehow of the Creator. And the greys, the lizards, there's imitations of life we're encountering, there's abominations to life, and the frogs. There are factions that I think that are above controlling the majority of what is occurring to us, and they're playing pawns with smaller factions underneath them.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can look at it in terms of the light and the dark. I almost see some of the dark things we've ran across as demonic, or the Cthulhu stuff. It maybe not actual Cthulhu, but it's demonic, that's using, oh, the humans will play this game with them. And the other side is the light side. These are our warriors to help defeat what is against light. And both are vying to control the destiny of humanity at some level. And some are for selfish gains. Some, I think, are for a universal reason, a celestial reason of why they're trying to control the destiny of mankind. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Like it.
I like it. Go with the 3 experience. Couple of side notes. One, your discussion about the evil things, that it reminded me. There's a movie that just came out that I really want to see. Nefarious, I believe is the name of it. It's got. Okay, you guys have seen what? Powder and Boondock Saints. The actor that's in both of those. He's playing the part of a man on death row who claims to be possessed. They think it's a last-minute bid to avoid the chair, and a attorney is going in to discuss with him and prove to him he's not possessed and that he's not crazy, so that they can put him in the chair. And it's a definite psychological thriller, horror story. And one of the things that was in a trailer was the possessed guy. It's like you're wanting proof that I'm possessed. And then there's humming, and a light bulb explodes behind him, and he just smiles and says, "It's probably just a coincidence." Before you leave today, you will have murdered 3 people. To the attorney. It's like, oh, okay, I gotta see this. Looks really good. Second thing, in the Illuminati New World Order card game, the Cult of Cthulhu is one of the core groups that you can have. And one of the ways that you can win with the Cult of Cthulhu is by destroying an appropriate number of groups. Death is their goal in the game. The Gnomes of Zurich, their game is controlling the money. The Bermuda Triangle, they cover lots of weirdness and technology. UFOs, if you control specific artifacts and relics, that's one of the alternative ways that you can win. They also have Clone Arrangers as a card that you can, and as well as clones. Personalities that are famous in the time are individual cards in the game. There's a grand total of, technically with the expansion, 10 different illuminated groups. Bavarian Illuminati, the UFOs, Bermuda Triangle, the Gnomes of Zurich, the Cult of J.R. Bob Dobbs, the Cult of the Subgenius. Drawing a blank on the rest of them at the moment, but each one of them has a special way that they can win above and beyond the regular way of winning. Cthulhu cultists wanting to destroy. And there were several different ways that they conceivably were trying to influence. Now the question is, how much was their direct influence and how much was then just co-opted?
Right.
So.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Since I didn't use this as bonus to dodge because I didn't have an opportunity to do a dodge, can I still use that as inspiration?
Considering this is the final gaming session for this section, I think we're gonna pass on that one.
Okay.
But I expect we're gonna go through with a short game for you. Are you going to want that game recorded or not?
I'll let you know once I get it planned out if it would work out, because I might just be spitballing a lot of it.
Okay. After we get her short one in, then we will be diving headlong into 2nd edition D&D Forgotten Realms. Mr. Mike over here is going to be getting a new character. We're going to be introducing your character to the group and your character to the group. The rest of you, I'm expecting, are going to be sticking with your pre-existing characters. Daryl was planning on keeping Zach, so you will have 2 priests, a dwarven Myrmidon fighter. Wasn't it Myrmidon?
No, I was just a fighter.
Crossbow specialist.
Yeah, it was just, yeah.
No,
I
you're
remember what my
because your character's brother won't be in.
sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter. Okay. The Myrmidon is the one that died. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
They
That
came
was
back.
the one that was buddy with him.
That was his brother.
Yeah. I have been adding more books to my second edition D&D. In preparation, I'm also going to be doing a little bit more delving into to refresh myself on some of the rules. Specialization for D&D for fighters. +2 to attack. Is it also +2 to damage? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'd have to look. It's been a long time.
Right.
I want
That's
to
where I'm at.
say it's something like that, though.
I know that there's a +2 to a hit. I don't remember.
I think it's +2, at least +2 to hit.
Yeah.
Multiple attacks.
Yeah, you get
That goes up at certain levels.
3 attacks every 2 rounds for the first 5 levels. Once you hit level 6, that goes up to like 2 attacks per round.
I don't know if I have any of my books with me.
It's all good. I'm gonna. I was picking your brain to see if you remembered off the top of your head.
Not off the top of my head, no.
We are gonna be delving into the second edition. You'd had asked about why second edition. Aside from the fact that it's what I grew up with, and I have all the financial stuff, the commitment, I'm definitely not committing to buying all of that crap in 5th edition.
I get it.
There's also that whole point of this is what actually feels like D&D, whereas this other stuff feels more like it feels more like video game progression.
Right.
It just doesn't have the same feel for me. It's very much like GURPS in that it's point based for the newer stuff, or at least has the potential to be.
Right.
And I don't. If I want GURPS, I've got GURPS.
Right.
Also, if I play too many of the similar systems, then you start running into, well, it's like this in this edition. Is it still like that? And which editions does it change in?
Right.
So if I focus on just the one edition, then
It's a lot
more,
clearer.
a lot clearer to do the rules negotiation.
The thing I like, and I know what
Negotiation.
Yeah.
John, you said, with 5th edition in GURPS, yeah, you can have this very rounded out kind of guy. I like 2nd edition where, no, this is your fighter. That's
You have a
fight.
niche.
Yeah.
You feel this.
Yes.
There might be a few little things you can tweak a little bit, but the idea is, no, this is what you do.
Yeah.
You don't get to do all that extra.
Yeah. Well, even with it's with 1st and 2nd edition AD&D, it was even it was diversifying from basic D&D, because basic D&D, elf wasn't a race; it was a class. If you were an elf, you were a fighter mage. That was it.
Huh.
It was an automatic. You were not a cleric. The clerics were all humans. Fighters could be human or dwarf. Yeah, there were only like 4 or 5 different classes, and that was it. You didn't have the multiple races for everything. It was intended to be more human-centric.
Yeah.
And if you took an elf, then you were doing the egalitarian fighter wizard.
Right. 'Cause you said it was supposed to be like more Tolkien-esque.
More
right.
even more Tolkien-esque than AD&D
Right.
1st edition. And the rules were much more simplified. Yeah, and that came out at the same time, right around the same time. You had basic D&D and AD&D with 2 different rule sets, and some of the stuff was interchangeable. So some of these books will actually say magic items usable for Dungeons and Dragons or AD&D. Some of them were inspired by basic that weren't included in AD&D in the first place, and vice versa. So there's a lot of bleed over. Funny thing, so many people complain about Tieflings being a 3rd edition edition. Was not a 3rd edition. It was 2nd edition. 1996 or 94, somewhere in there, the Planescape rule set came out. I never got into that, but that's where they introduced the Tiefling as a playable character class or character race, because you were hopping amongst the different planes, and this was their nod to having half demon kids without saying half demon kids, because that was still dealing with the
whole
satanic
stuff.
panic. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, that was the first time that they included the Tieflings. I still don't consider it a basic player race, so don't expect one. Not even as bad guys. Closest you're going to get to that is satyrs.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
One, I don't like people playing as Drow. That's one that just drives me nuts.
Yeah, no, they're supposed to be evil.
Everybody wants to play for Drista Orton.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, there was like one dude ever that
Yeah.
came up out of the Underdark.
If I ever played a drow character, it would have been inspired by the one drow character from a video game Dylan used to play. It was a drow rogue, and then there was an elf wizard, and then a human warrior in
Yeah.
the game. And you switch between the three.
I've-
That would be the closest. And you fought against. Why am I spacing on their names?
Centaurum?
No, it started with.
Started with A, B, C, D.
I'm just gonna see if I can Google the description.
Was
It
it
started with a letter in the alphabet.
Was it the Baldur's Gate game?
Kind of, yes.
Okay, similar.
There was a Harper girl on that one. I remember playing Baldur's Gate.
I never played Baldur's Gate. Most of those computer video games, I didn't end
Played
up
Baldur's
playing.
Gate, Baldur's Gate 2, Neverwinter Nights when it came out. It was fun. Didn't have kids back then. So,
The free days.
but, well, I played an Underdark campaign as a player, and yeah, you